Hey there, I am back with another deck review, and today we're going to be looking at the Medallions playing cards from Theory11. Theory11 is what I would call a gateway into high-end playing cards. If you were to poll collectors out there and ask them what was the deck that really got them started with collectible playing cards, I have no doubt that tons of them would answer one of the many Theory11 designs over the years, whether it be Monarchs or Artisans or any number of countless high-end designs. Theory11 has a tremendous catalog of beautiful and luxurious decks, and this one right here is no exception. Now, the Medallions deck dates back to 2013. It was designed by designer J.C. Desivray, and like most of the Theory11 decks, it's still pretty readily available today, and at a really good price point, just $10. So it remains one of my favorite Theory11 decks. Wanted to share it with you. So let's jump into it and take a look at this French design inspiration. All right, so starting with the tuck case, this is always one of the high points of any Theory11 deck. This one's no exception. It's done on a beautiful, what they call a super luxe stock in really dark brown. It's a beautiful matte finish paper, has a really great feel to it, and it's covered with embossed elements and gold foil throughout. So the main design element is, of course, a little medallion here in the center. This circular design says Medallions in the center, high quality playing cards. You have smaller mini medallions with premium finish and casino quality as well. And then filling in all of the empty space in this embossed gold foil, just tons of different patterns as you work your way out. You've got the leaf work there in the center, this almost gear sort of pattern going through in the middle, down to leaves extending out the sides, just tons of different textures and patterns as you work your way out. And then it finishes out with a beautiful gold border all the way around. And you'll see the first of what are several references to a key motif. You'll see locks and keys make their appearance quite a bit in this deck. You can see the first of them with that little crossed keys there at the bottom. And even the brown negative space is embossed just beautifully in keeping with the design. You can see those little leaf work and borders there in the brown area as well. So really beautiful front of the tuck case. On the sides in flowery script, you've got Made in the United States of America. Another little crossed keys there. Other side, produced by Theory11. Bottom has your ad copy for Theory11, as well as a nod to J.C. Desivray and the USPCC who printed the deck. And then on the top, you have more flowers and scroll work there as well. The back is going to be a foiled and embossed version of the back of the cards. You get a little preview of just what we're in store for as we get to the cards, and beautifully done embossing throughout. And you get a custom postage stamp style seal. It's a glossy seal in white and gold, says Theory11, and again the crossed keys in the center. Really nice tuck seal. The inner flap here has some extra ornamentation, including a lock right in the center, which gives the whole thing a little bit of a treasure chest feel to the tuck case. And nothing printed on the inner flaps, but you can see that beautiful matte finish of the cardstock used for the tuck. So a really beautiful tuck case, one of my favorite with Theory11, and that's really saying something because they always do a fantastic job with tuck cases. But let's jump into the cards. And here is the back design. So much, very similar design to what we looked at on the back of the tuck case, but now instead of the gold foil, we've got gold metallic ink with a brown background, and that brown and gold, just a really beautiful color combination. And you have these sort of circular patterns, very fitting with the medallion theme. We've got the cross keys in the center, and then all sorts of different patterns, again, from the leaves here, the leaves and branches, to more vine work, rope patterns with flowers, just all sorts of different designs. I love how different the textures and designs are as you work your way out, but at the same time, how everything's just kind of brought together with this beautiful and delicate style. Have extra little leaf work up here at the top, have a little T11 card up there for Theory11, and it finishes out with a thin white poker border. A really beautiful, detailed elegant back design to this one. Now, turning to the extra cards you get a pair of identical jokers. Both of them feature the same medallion design in the center with an even fancier set of cross keys on that shield in the middle with the branches extending up the sides. We got the 4 suits in the corners. Just a really beautiful brown and gold coin. It says the Joker at the top, which I like that a lot. And then made in the USA. And then you have this sort of fancy script with Joker in the corners. And like I said, both Jokers are identical. You also get an ad card for Theory11. That's kind of boring. And you get a gaff card with a double backer. Not all the Theory11 decks include a double backer, so I do appreciate that this one does. Now turning to the cards themselves, the Ace of Spades is the most custom, I guess you would say, of the aces and the highest end feeling one. You do have that large brown and gold spade pip, very much keeping in style with the intricate line work all the way through, with the cross keys and the spade in the center, and then just concentric circles all the way out with different design elements all the way through. So really beautiful spade design. Says Medallions made in the USA underneath. And then you have a standard black pip and index in the corner. I will say I wish they'd colored the black and done more of that brown shade, but not bad. Nice, usable, pretty bicycle standard. Same as you go through the number cards or the pips. They're standard pips, standard bicycle layout, nothing too special on those. And then you get to the quartz. And at first glance, they may look like they're just standard recolored quartz, but I will say there's a lot more going on to these as you look at the detail. First off, I'll draw attention to the recoloring itself. I think it's just beautifully done. The reds, the browns, the gold metallic ink. It's a great combination. And as fairly classic recolorings go, I think this is one of the better decks that I've seen in that front. So really beautifully done. But the quartz themselves are still customized. All of them are holding something a little bit unique in their hands. In many cases, it's a key of some sort, as you'll see here with the Jack as well as the Queen. She's got the little keys stuck in her hand there. And the faces of the quartz are also completely redrawn. Much more delicate features and lines on all of the faces to give you a little bit of a custom feel on those. And I will say some of the faces, and this King of Spades is a good example of it, they look a little out of proportion to me, with the face with the thin lines and the much fatter lines for the hands or the hair. Makes the faces look a little bit out of place, and in some cases even the proportions of like the eyes and the nose and the mouth just look a little bit off. So the face redrawing, I think they're nicely done, but not necessarily as fitting with the rest of the court card. Now the red number cards are all pretty standard, just done in a bright red color. And quartz are going to be very similar to what we looked at before. Again, nice recoloring. They've got all sorts of different things clutched in their hands. You've got the set of keys here for the Queen, a little lock there in the King of Diamonds hands as well. And then there are the club quartz. Gosh, I really love the use of the gold metallic inks on these. Down through the club number cards, standard ace of clubs, and the heart quartz last but not least. And down through the heart number cards, finishing with the ace of hearts. So that is the deck. As far as handling, USPCC deck, they're always going to handle just beautifully. Fans, cuts, everything's going to be just beautiful on this deck in terms of the handling, but I think that's what we've all kind of come to expect from USPCC. They make some just great handling decks, so no complaints on that front. As far as usefulness of the deck, I would call this a functional deck that you'll want to use for gameplay or magic more than anything personally. You know, I think it's beautiful that circular design would work well for some kind of cardistry spins and elements like that. But really, to me, this is just a higher end, luxurious feeling deck for gameplay and magic, and one that at that $10 price point won't break the bank if you kind of wear it out. So definitely one worth picking up. If you are a fan of Theory11 decks like me, definitely worth your time to go check out this older selection. Still available on their site. I'll put a link down in the description where you can pick one up for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this look at Theory11's Medallions playing cards. Let me know what other decks you want to see, and make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews and unboxings. Thanks for watching, and I will see you for the next one.